Grateful for your time once again on business. Telecom giant MTN Ghana has refuted claims of high data costs in the country. CEO of MTN Ghana, Selom Ajadevo, says even though several cost elements have been factored into pricing, customers still enjoy one of the lowest data rates on the continent. He, however, added that the timing of the implementation of the communication services tax contributed to the current billing challenges being experienced.
Empathize with customers and the notion of data being expensive. But I think it's a broader discussion that we need to have as a country. We need to really understand all the inputs that go in and how different stakeholders in the chain can support bringing the cost of data down. For us, it really is about ensuring that we're able to maintain the quality of data. We're able to give customers the experience that they require. There are also quality of service standards that we have to meet, which means that you have to invest in a certain way to ensure that you're able to meet those. So there are a number of things that go in that we have to make sure all the stakeholders involved come together to have these discussions. We currently have the Telecoms Chamber leading discussions on some of these topics, and we're very open to engaging and meeting any stakeholder to have these broader discussions. But I just want to re-emphasize that the cost of data is not solely in the hands of the telco companies. The cost of data has components that are telco controlled in terms of how much profit margin you want to make, but there are also very fundamental costs that lie outside of the telcos that we need to resolve. Spectrum, licensing, fiber cuts, operational costs, making fiber critical national infrastructure, right-of-way issues, all these things lead to the pricing that we put on the table, and these are things that we can have broader discussions about.
Can it ever come down?
I'm sure it has. Today, if you look at the telco industry, all industries today do inflation-adjusted pricing. Okay, the telco industry over the last more than 5 years, close to 10 years, have never adjusted their prices, even when we have inflationary pressure. All other industries, you take the FMCGs or the fast-moving consumer good industries, they all adjust prices up every year religiously, sometimes even 2 or 3 times a year. The telcos have never done this. So in essence, the telcos have actually brought down all prices. If you do inflation adjustments over the last 10 years, we continue to maintain the city pricing for a lot of our products. And in some cases, even bring those down. So the telcos have done an amazing job at this, but have got very little credit for the job that we've done. Right? And I think an education is required to let people understand that we're the one industry that have absorbed inflationary pressure for the last 5 to 10 years.
My final question, MTN and through the Telecoms Chamber, are you also working to engage the regulators and even government and even the public? Because there's a perception that as operators, you are trying your best to shortchange we subscribers and users, and even payment of taxes and value addition and service offering and all those things. I
mean, I think that's a very unfortunate perception. We continue to do a lot of work to demonstrate all the value we bring to our customers. We'll do this as MTN and as an industry as well. These are things that we'll continue to educate the government, all other stakeholders, our regulator, as well as the public on as well.
In other news tonight, mango farmers in the Kintampo North municipality of the Bono East Region are grappling with black spot disease, which is destroying their crops. Acres of plantations are under attack, raising fears of poor harvest. Ahead of the Farmers' Day, Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin visited the area and reports farmers are resorting to pruning to reduce losses.
Pruning gangs fight the dangerous mango black spot disease.
Almost all the farmers complain. That they are facing this problem. So we are practicing this so that we can clear off the bacteria from the trees.
The bacterial infection causes cracks in both the tree and the fruit, forcing them to rot and drop prematurely.
Kintampo North and South has as much as 4,109 acres of mango farms.
Yao Asenso Mensah is a pest and disease management expert resident at Kintampo. Persistent destruction of farmers' livelihood attracted his attention in 2017 to make his expertise available for 25 farmers.
We started with only 25 farms, and at the end of the year, the Department of Agriculture decided to come and evaluate our work. They found the work on the 25 farms that we piloted the BBS control on very impressive. And so a report was sent to the MCE, who also reported to the Minister of Agriculture.
We're off to Kwabena Opong's 25-acre farm, just about 15 minutes drive from Kintampo. Mr. Opong started his mango plantation in 2006 with about 1,000 trees. He chose mango because for him, it is, and as he puts it, a green gold after cocoa. 13 years down the lane, he's yet to gain appreciably from the plantation.
25 acres.
This is a 25-acre mango farm, and if not because of the huge losses, I would have harvested about 5 tons on every acre.
With the outbreak of a mango bacterial black spot in many farms, spraying and other maintenance activities cost farmers a fortune.
I spend about 2,800 on spraying and farm maintenance alone. After harvesting, it becomes difficult to get back your investment. The losses are huge. For an acre, we only get between 2 and 3 tons. I am not the only farmer going through this challenge. Almost all my colleagues in Kintampo are also facing the same challenge.
This year alone, Ms. Opong lost about 75% of produce to bacterial diseases.
Lose about 70% of produce. 70%
I have lost about 70% of the mango fruit on this farm, and this is equivalent to at least 5,000 Ghana cedis.
Farmers here have cut down their trees as some record zero harvest for 3 years. They do not have the financial strength to undertake mass spraying to rid their farms of a disease.
All the farms are affected to the extent that some of the farmers has cut down their trees. We have pictures to depict these scenes. It's very sad. And for the past 3 years, some of the farms have been recording zero harvest. All the diseases drop. All the fruits drop because of the disease. And so the solution requires a mass spraying, as recommended by the consultant who came to train my gangs for me. But the constraints has been the equipment that the company needs and also the chemicals that the farmers should be able to procure for us to do the mass spraying exercise.
The current yield for an acre is 1.4 tons from actual 5 tons. A proposed mango juice factory could become a white elephant unless steps are taken to address concerns of the farmers.
A major setback to the proposed mango juice factory that has been earmarked for Kintampo here, because the disease has been so devastating that the current yield on the average is 1.4 tons. When potentially the farmers can harvest about 5 tons per acre. We started operating for 2 years, and the farm that we have sprayed continuously for 2 years, this year recorded the 5 tons per acre. So it means that if we had been able to roll on all the farmers, we believe by this time around, most of them would have been approaching the 5 tons per acre targets. And that would have served the basis for the production of the needed fruits for the proposed mango juice factory.
Simon Yambo is Municipal Director for Agriculture.
I would say those who have not been able to carry out the practices, maintain their farms well, they can get as much as 100% loss or 70 to 50% loss. But those who are able to carry out the practices carefully, they also are able to get 100% gain or just about 3 to 5% losses.
So, what is the way forward? Mahmoud Mohamed Reedi's report for JoyNews.
So we will be bringing you more reports on the agri sector ahead of the Farmers' Day celebration. And a quick look at the activities on the commodity markets, where crude oil made a recovery today, trading at $63.36 a barrel after a $2.54 gain. Gold sold at $1,474.18 an ounce. The commodity news update is next. That's all for business tonight with me, Sandra Esinama. There's more news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. But before